From the Daily Wire, David Hogg seriously considering running for top DNC job to fix party's condescending tone. Many Republicans and conservatives laughed online at the prospect of seeing Hogg try to run the Democratic Party. This is offensive, okay? How dare you mock this intelligent and passionate young man who is trying to do what he must do to save the Democratic Party? I, for one, second his nomination. Or I nominate him. I would love to see the DNC run by David Hogg. Okay. Well, I guess he wants to be vice chair. So Politico reported that Hogg has told reporters he is seriously considering running for DNC vice chair. The failed pillow salesman who has made the name for himself by aggressively calling... Isn't that crazy, though? He tried to sell pillows. You remember that?
Yeah.
He was like, the My Pillow guy is doing such a good job that he tried to create a progressive pillow launch and it didn't work.
Was it Our Pillows, what he called it?
No.
It was just stones.
Well, it was called Good Pillow. Because
That's
our pillow...
Because My Pillow's evil pillow, I guess, right?
Yeah, our pillow was the pillow that we made, which was a burlap sack full of packing peanuts.
Yes.
And the idea was that the communist version of it sucked.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, they say the failed pillow salesman who has made a name for himself by, we get it. Well, honestly, I'm considering it because I think that, one, obviously, I think we need a new generation in the DNC. He's not wrong about that. If this election has taught us nothing else, I think we need an intergenerational coalition as a party. Look, let's be real. They're not going to, bro, you're not going anywhere near the DNC. You're going to be like, yes, right this way, Mr. Hogg. And they're going to walk you down a dark corridor inside the building. Then they're going to open a door with a bright light. They're going to push you through and it's a fire exit.
I think he should run for president.
I agree.
Well, AOC might.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, he should run with her. That's great.
I would like...
AOC Hogg 2028.
That's a horrible videotape that no one should watch.
I don't even want to touch that one. I mean, look, I would like to see the Democrat Party move away from the progressive end, right? The Democrat Party move away from the far left. There was strong signals in this past election that the country wants to move back to the right a little bit, move away from things like defund the police, move away from things like open borders, move away from things like restorative justice. These policies have negative consequences for Americans, and that was kind of clear and made kind of clear in the election. It would be cool if we didn't have the same crop of people with progressive ideas saying, hey, let's just do more of the same stuff that we've been rejected about.
Well, what's so wild about him saying that he wants to fix the DNC's condescension problem is anyone who's seen David Hogg's social media account know that he's one of the most condescending people on the internet.
Yeah. It's always projection. Always.
Yeah, it's always projection, and it's bad for the country. Again, the policies that the left prefers have been tested for at least the past 5 years, and they're producing results that Americans aren't happy with. You look at what happened in California, and there were a bunch of recalls. There was multiple recalls. Chesa Boudin was recalled. There was another person that was recalled, another DA.
It wasn't San Francisco. Maybe it was San Francisco where there was a DA, and then there was another, maybe Oakland County. The DA also lost re-election.
And then there was a couple people that lost re-election, and there were like 11 counties shifted red. That were blue counties?
London Breed is who I was thinking of, the mayor.
Yes.
She lost.
You know? And like that's a big deal, and that speaks to the tone of the country. You had, even though the left would love to say, oh, there was no red wave and that Donald Trump didn't, because he didn't get 50% of the vote, it wasn't a landslide, blah, blah, blah. That's just semantic cope.
And also on the House numbers, if you look at the redistricting that happened, Republicans are basically capped at the amount of seats that they can win just based on the way the districts are drawn.
Yep.
But if you look at the counties that flipped, the seats that they did win, they basically did max out, which, I mean, they hit the ceiling of the potential support that they can get in the House based on the way that the districts are drawn right now.
Is the Democratic Party... can they not reject the tone of the American people?
Well, Cenk was here just a couple days ago, and he was actually calling for moderation.
That's true. Yeah, there's definitely pockets of it. But when I watch like the corporate press, they seem to not learn their lesson.
They look, Cenk got the memo. But to be fair, While I'm not going to pretend like he's been a saint the whole time or he's come around, like, look, Dave Rubin was on this train a long time ago, recognizing the left was losing their minds, and they ragged on him for it. But over the past year, it is true that Cenk was screaming, Biden can't win, they're lying, this is nuts. Yeah. He was admitting Biden is crazy and old. But he got the memo. Yeah. That's called the popular mandate. And he's probably sitting here being like, we're on the wrong side of this one. The people are fed up. Even Bill Maher just recently came out saying, we need the disruptors. They're getting the memo. The corporate press, they don't read the news. Like, Bill Maher's on the line. Like, my issue with Bill Maher is that he doesn't read. Whoopi Goldberg doesn't read. So on The View, you have this great bit. Actually, we could pull this up in a second, where Charlemagne the God is like, Joe Biden lied about pardoning his son. And Whoopi's like, no, maybe he just changed his mind. And it's like, did you guys read the initial reporting on this from NBC that said Biden had been planning this the whole time? They don't read the news. But Cenk sees the writing on the wall, and he's thinking, we need to figure out where our victories are going to be, because we lost the popular vote on this one. This ain't it. And so he recently tweeted that he's actually backing a Republican, that he's throwing his support behind a Republican who's got some populist plans that he agrees with, and says, let's go for it. Because if the left populists and the right populists can get victories where they agree, just take them.
Right.
Just there you go.
So do the Democrats fracture now?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't see the party coalescing around.
That's why David Hogg wants to run for the DNC. He's like, it's weak. Now's my chance. Because in like no sane reality could this kid, I know he's an adult man, but let's be real. There's no reality where this person is going to get a top position in the Democratic Party, unless the Democratic Party is done. It is a withered husk. The donors have fled. They're pissed. Right. Now's his chance.
Yeah, he'll start one. Beto O'Rourke would probably be on board with them. You know, like, because they seem similar to me.
Yeah.
Ultra feminine,
lanky, low T guys.
Losers. Yeah.
Eight guns. I mean, one of the problems though with the Democrats potentially fracturing is that, I mean, this did happen to the Republican Party in a lot of ways when Trump became the nominee in 2015, where they were forced really to listen to their grassroots activists for the first time in a long time. But that was a very organic movement. I don't see the same kind of groundswell on the left to be more normal. Instead, you actually have the vocal minority of the progressives getting increasingly angry at a party that they feel isn't crazy enough. And the Democrats, who have all of the money and political power, try to placate them by running candidates or adopting policies that are in line with that, as opposed to moving towards the more moderate sort of blue dog Democrat position.
I would love to see more blue dog Democrats being, held up as...
Yeah, they're basically extinct at this point.
Yeah.
Manchin,
you can't even be a pro-life Democrat anymore.
Who was it in Montana? Was it Tester? Was he was he like basically the last one?
More or less, but I mean, but he's not exactly moderate either.
Right. And Manchin was considered, but these were considered to be 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
And now it's just like, dude, you guys are Democrats. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. The Republican Party absorbed a lot of their liberals.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they effectively
they got
kicked
Tulsi
out.
now.
Yeah.
They got RFK Jr.
That's why I've been saying, like, I don't see how the Democratic Party can recover, because they kicked the moderates out. They kicked us out, dude. Like like Joe Rogan, okay, was a Bernie bro who ragged on Trump incessantly. They kicked him out. They screamed in his face. They made his picture look green on CNN, and he's gone. He's not coming back. Why would he go back?
I mean, look, the Republicans had a similar thing happen after it became clear that there was no yellow cake uranium in Iraq, and that the pretenses for the war in Iraq were BS, and the Republicans were like, wait a minute, this is not what the Republican Party's supposed to be, and they lost a lot of people. The Ron Paul revolution was mostly Republicans that said, I don't want to be involved with the warmonger party.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people left and a lot of reshaping, and it ended up with Donald Trump coming and kind of taking the reins of that. And whereas he's probably more establishment than a lot of the libertarians would like, he's still a far cry from Mitt Romney and Dick Cheney. Yeah. So now it's time for
Graham.
Yeah. And now it's time for the Democrats to kind of be lost in the wilderness for a bit, and hopefully the reasonable, moderate Democrats will find their way back.
I should run for DNC chair.
I mean, you
Why
could.
not?
No, I'm not going anywhere near any of that stuff ever.
I mean, when we're talking about this difference, though, between Trump's takeover of the GOP and then the Democrats, Trump has made very clear that he is interested in having people around him who don't agree with him on every single thing, right? That's why he's willing to partner with people like Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. But on the Democratic side, you have complete and total ideological purity that is required of everyone who gets elevated to one of these leadership positions. So they're not really able to have the necessary debates that they need to have in order to create a healthier party that actually represents the people.
They don't even like debates.
No.
Right? They shut them down.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys see what's her face from Call Her Daddy? She was speaking at an event with the New York Times or whatever, and was just ragging on Kamala.
Really?
Yeah, she's saying they spent $100,000 to build this weird set that looks nothing like her set far away. She's like, how do you even spend that kind of money on this? It's just all fake, pre-planned, organized, with staffers standing by.
And no one cared.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.